Hello and welcome to Tea and Cornbread, a conversation with Sean and Tracy. I am Sean.
And I'm Tracy.
And we are talking to you all that are 50 and fabulous.
And don't forget handsome.
And we want you to know that we want to get some education happening, some empowerment.
We want to grow with you. We want to learn with you. We want to see what you're doing, 50 and over.
So like, share, comment, follow, subscribe,
grab your
tea. Hey, it's Tea and Cornbread. What's going on, Miss Tracy?
Lots of stuff, my dear sister. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain.
Yes.
Another Sunday morning.
Yes, blessed to be here.
Be here. Thank you, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't, today is just us. We don't have a guest today. So,
we've been pretty busy with the guests with positive things.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But
absolutely.
Yes, it's just you and I, my sister.
It's just you and I.
Is it you and I or is it you and me?
Just you and I.
Is it?
Yeah, ask my grandmother.
Yeah, well, I could have sworn someone challenged me and said, it's not you and I, it's you and me. I'm like, huh?
That's because they weren't raised right. It's you and I.
Listen, you and I
is the proper, right?
Okay.
Yeah, let's get serious, right? This is Tea and Cornbread. For those that don't know us, I am Sean.
And I'm Tracy.
And we are about just positivity, right? And bringing people on that are fabulous, male or female, doesn't matter.
Doing their
fabulous, that's doing their thing, that is, most of our guests are over 50.
Yes.
We are going to be broadening it out a little bit and bringing
right, because there's some people doing stuff that are under 50, and we want the world to know who they are and what they're doing.
Exactly. And also, you know what? Listen, this is an impromptu today.
It is.
And so we want to make sure that we are covering topics that you guys are interested in. So please, reach out to us at 50thepodcast@gmail.com. Or you can go on to our YouTube and put a comment in for any type of topics or,
things you want us
that you want us to talk about.
Guests, we'll look into it. We can't guarantee that we'll get them, but
exactly. We are kind of booked out though for the month, right? So, but if you have something going on and you have a passion about something or an initiative or whatever, those are the type of topics that we are really, really interested in. And if you feel like you fit our platform, check us out and reach out to us. Also, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and
YouTube.
There you go. And if you haven't subscribed today.
Hit that subscription button. It costs you nothing, people.
It costs you nothing. Yes.
And thank you to the ones who have already done it.
Yes. Thank you to all of us. We are rising up. We're over 130 people. I know that may not sound like much to most
many people. It's okay though. It's okay. Great, And you know what the greatest part about that is? I think 2 people yesterday at the event that we'll talk about a little bit later walked up to me and said, "How do I see your episodes, Tea and Cornbread?" Look at me. I know how to put you up on YouTube. And look, as soon as I got their phone, I hit subscribe. But they wanted to. I didn't just do it without their permission. They said they wanted to subscribe, but I made sure. I said, click subscribe.
There you go. So, so listen, this is the last quarter of the year.
Yes, already. 2024.
Already.
We're thankful and we're grateful. And I know we constantly say that, but we really, truly, we are thankful and grateful to our vision and sticking with it.
Consistency. We hear
is
every
the key.
week.
And you know what I love about Sean? Our friendship, sisterhood.
Yes.
And when I say that, when you meet people, oh my goodness, I met somebody that knows Sean that I work with, but we'll talk about that later. Oh my God, why am I so hyped? But anyway,
this is great.
This lady said to me, I was on a call yesterday, Friday at Cigna, and what did I mention? Oh, I do remember. You may not remember, but I had a traveling Mickey with me, which is my boss's boss, and me and you. I brought her to the studio, and they put the picture up, and then one of the girls, she texted me. She said, "Hey, you know Sean from Sean's Main Attraction?" I'm like, yeah. And how do you know my friend I've been friends with for 5 years? So that conversation started. So I got to I will sidebar with that, but that was pretty funny.
Oh,
you never know
nice.
who knows who, is what I meant to say. But our friendship has been going on for years, and you guys been hearing that. But
since we were
I
toddlers,
love what we have, right, wrong, or indifferent.
Absolutely.
We are always there for each other.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's grown up stuff.
That's grown up stuff, and that's what we're.
Yes,
that's grown up stuff.
Yeah, and we're not faking it. We are.
Yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
We are not perfect by any means. We are not, and we're not going to sit here and say that everything flows every day, because it doesn't. We have issues and problems just like everybody else does, family, friends, work. But guess what? We work it out.
Absolutely.
I think we've grown so much that, and it's just not us. There's more to our sisterhood.
Yes.
I love it when I see those memes that says, there's no long-time friendships. I'm like, you ain't talked to me and my friends.
Exactly.
You ain't talked to me and my sisters.
And we have more. There's a bunch of us. There's a bunch of, and we're building new.
Wait, it's not that many of us.
It is. It's a bunch of us. It's meaning more than two, right?
Oh no, definitely more than two.
But still, meeting new people. We've been meeting a lot of new people this year, which is amazing, because they're real, they're genuine. We're having a good time. This Double Dutch thing, I just keep talking about it.
This platform has really opened a lot of. Well, for me, Sean, you were already out there, so you were busy.
It's more business, though. You know what I'm saying?
You were busy and out there.
I don't play a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't play a lot.
I like that.
And so I love this because it's allowing us to play.
Yeah.
And have a good time amongst our sisters that are over 40.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I drag my little sister out with us, and she comes. We're always. One of my girlfriends started coming in the last couple of weeks, and I wasn't even there. And I was like, "Oh, you went,"
Yeah.
So
she joined.
Yeah.
Not only
joined.
did she went. She
right.
Not did, only
Shout
did she
out
come,
to Gay Now.
Yeah.
Gay Now.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, it's great because the world looks kind of bleak the way they show it, right?
From what they tell you and what they show you, just like you said. Yeah.
But before we go into, we always do this, right? So
we gotta do our affirmation. We gotta do our breathing.
I got thieves today, so thieves. We'll go into what thieves is about in a few minutes because it's all right, Tracy. We're gonna do our breathing.
Okay.
And, we're gonna read our Jesus is Calling, and then we'll do our breathing.
Okay. I will read Jesus is Calling.
Okay.
Today is the 13th, right? Okay,
yes.
just making sure. Okay, take time to be still in my presence. The more hassled you feel, the more you need the sacred space of communion with me. Breathe slowly and deeply. Relax in my holy presence while my face shines upon you. This is how you receive my peace, which I always prefer to you. Imagine the pain I feel when my children tie themselves up in anxious knots, ignoring my gift of peace. I died a criminal.
On. Read that again.
Imagine the pain I feel when my children tie themselves up in anxious knots, ignoring my gift of peace. I died a criminal's death to secure this blessing for you. Receive it gratefully. Hide it in your heart. My peace is in your inner treasure, growing within you as you trust in me. Therefore, circumstances cannot touch it. Be still, enjoying peace in my presence. Take that time.
I'm telling you, that
Take that
I
time.
know hit somebody because it hit me.
And we already know it, but when we hear it, it makes you focus. It brings you back to center.
Right. And that's the purpose of reading and devotionals on a daily basis, or reading your Bible, or praying and just taking that moment. That's what I'm trying to learn and build that muscle of doing it,
It just becomes a habit.
Unconditionally. You know what I mean?
Part of your day.
A habit. Yes.
It becomes a part of your day.
Exactly. And not putting it to the side just because you're rushing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Taking that moment. And that line when you just said, having yourself in knots, forgetting.
Being anxious and being knots.
Forgetting.
Sit and be peaceful. Listen.
Okay. So we're going to bring more peace.
Yes.
With our breathing.
Yes.
And we don't read those affirmations before we get started. That is for today's date.
Yeah.
We just read today's date, and it's always on time.
Yeah, and I say that too because sometimes I be flubbering my words. So if we read them before, I would have figured out the word.
Exactly. And that's all right. So this time I have thieves. You know, clarity is our favorite, but I'm going to start bringing
thieves.
Yes,
different
I'm
ones.
going to do a oil each
I love
week.
clarity, so
yeah, and explain what it's all about. So thieves is a combination of rosemary, eucalyptus, clove, cinnamon, and I want to say lemon. I think lemon too. Yes, rosemary, eucalyptus, clove, cinnamon. That's it. And
it does.
it's great for the immune system. Okay. This is what I use this time of year all the time. You can diffuse it. It clears bacteria in the air. I do it. It clears bacteria in the air. You just breathe it, deep breathe. It'll open up the chest, open up the nostrils and your sinuses. Most people are suffering from sinuses, right? You have enough? Most people are suffering from sinus infections right now or colds. This is flu season. Mm-hmm. Thieves is the combination that you need to use on a regular basis. Like I said, with diffusing it, inhaling it. When you're having a coughing fit, mm-hmm. My clients, if they see me and they're coughing, I'll pull out their thieves and
it has her bag with her at all times.
Immediately. So yes, we're gonna inhale like we normally do. Inhale through our nose. We're gonna put our feet flat and exhale what doesn't serve us. So we're gonna inhale this this one-on-one conversation.
Yes.
All righty. We're inhaling for 4 seconds, exhaling for 4 seconds. Remember what this does? It opens up the nostrils, also brings oxygen to the brain. Calms our central nervous system. As you see how we were rambling beforehand.
I know, I felt like I was. I'm like,
we were rambling. It's all right. All right, so how was your weekend?
My weekend was lovely. Yesterday we had the Thrive Cancer Walk, which was also part of domestic violence put on by Orlando Brantley, Girl Trek,
Black Women United. Bridge to Success.
See, mm-hmm. She got it. Mm-hmm. So all of those
and helping
organizations that contributed to that, they always put on very good, informative events. Mm-hmm. The vendors that were out there also very informative. It was a great event. You had information out there. Mm-hmm. The people, the stories that were shared were awesome. I seen one of the ladies after the event, the keynote speaker, and I apologize because I don't remember her name. And I just had to tell her how helpful and enlightening her story was. Not because I've been in that situation, because she talked about domestic violence and being in love and blah, 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 having on those blinders when it came to a man. And I hope that someone who listened to her or who will listen to that recording, because I'm pretty sure they recorded it, if they need help, if they need assistance, that they seek it. If they see any of those signs, things that were talked about yesterday, that they go and talk to somebody and get help. Because sometimes when you talk to women with domestic violence, they're in it for years.
And they hide it.
Mm-hmm. They keep it from their family. Mm-hmm. They keep it from, and they're threatened sometimes too.
I was going to say they're being manipulated.
They're threatened, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yesterday's event was awesome. So we did that yesterday. What else did I do? After that, nothing. Came and seen you for a minute and then went home and chilled out. That's it. What you do?
I want to thank you. Because you represented the co-op yesterday.
A little bit.
And I heard that you did an awesome job letting the folks know what the co-op is all about.
Thank you, my sister.
And so I'm sorry I did miss the event. But we were there. We were there in spirit.
Yes, you were.
And my aunt called me because she says, I missed you. I missed you at the event. She loved it.
Yep, she spoke a little bit.
Yeah. And she was one of the honorees last year, telling her story of surviving cancer. Shout out to my auntie Belva Kennedy.
There you
Yay. Go. Yes. And shout out to all the women that were representing yesterday that told their story, and also again one that just happened to transition before the event. Your cousin, you said,
yes, ma'am.
Miss Sheila Garlington, and prayers are still up for their family.
Yes.
So it's amazing when you meet people that are dealing with things that you can't even imagine. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everybody has a story, some type of story, right? But when you hear stories like that of being in prison in your own house, you know, and not being able to, and surviving it, I should say, and you know, being in prison in your own house and surviving it, and being able to tell your story for the next person, you know, that's amazing. So shout out to all the women that were represented yesterday.
Definitely.
And honored. And when we talk about, we interviewed two of them last week.
Yep. Nicole was one of them.
Yep, Nicole
and
Miss Yvonne. Yep. Yvonne. And the episode, I don't think the episode dropped because we had technical difficulties.
Well, it's on YouTube.
Is it?
It's on YouTube.
Okay.
It is on YouTube.
All right. So check out that episode. Their stories are amazing. You'll also see the founder, Arlanda Brantley.
Yeah, she rounded it off.
Lift her up and her family up, because this woman
definitely.
is resilient.
She was. And
she is, you know, she's just resilient. I love it. You know what I mean? She keeps moving. Shout out to her team.
Definitely.
Her team is amazing. You know, they put these things together, and I swear it's like she goes to sleep, wakes up, and there's an event that's about to happen.
Yes.
But she's always honoring somebody. So they have the next one is their veterans event that they do annually too. That's happening on Veterans Day at the City Hall, I believe. And so so shout out to all of them and the team.
Yes,
and
definitely.
So it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You were bringing that up, and Domestic Violence Month.
Domestic violence.
We are going to have another
cancer survivor.
Guest for domestic violence.
Oh, okay.
And we actually we did her episode. We did an episode with Alicia Brown. She is a life coach, and she's also a survivor of domestic violence. And now she coaches women. Yeah,
she has a podcast
she coaches
too.
people. Yes, she has a podcast. Yes, she is called Survivor Empowerment. Yeah.
She looking at me like I know the word, like I know
what
the acronym stand for.
We're gonna put it. Don't make no sense.
I wish I could have. I wish I could have helped my sister, but I couldn't.
I know. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
But so all of those that are out there, hope you all are getting help. Those that need help, don't be afraid to tell somebody, because if you're away from that person at least once, and it's male and female, children too, you know, if you're away from that person, just tell somebody that may be able to get you out of that situation or help you get out of that situation.
And if one person doesn't listen, go tell someone else. Because I think Nicole talked about that, how she was telling, I don't know, I think family members, and they were making excuses, and so keep talking until somebody hears you.
Right.
It's important. It's important.
So the other thing is, it is co-op month. Well, no, but before we get there,
go ahead.
You're gonna go. Nope. Do your statistics.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
Well, it's not statistics. What I was gonna talk about was October is a busy month for awareness. Some of the things, like we already talked about, was breast cancer, domestic violence. We have Spinal Bifida Awareness Month. It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. National ADH, National Down Syndrome Day, National Down Syndrome Awareness Month, Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness, SIDS, Sudden Infant Death Syndrome, Mental Health Awareness, Malnutrition, World Cerebral Palsy Day, National Depression, and World Mental Health Day. Some of these, the mental health, the malnutrition, and those things afterward, they have certain days. As a matter of fact, mental health awareness has a week. We need longer than a week for mental health at times, but to just mention some of the things that go on in October, just to check in with yourself, check in with your family, check in with your friends,
and the ones that touch us the most, right, is Mental Health Wellness and Cerebral Palsy Day.
Cerebral palsy, yes.
Because if you all don't know, Kyle, our producer, shout out to Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
Kyle has cerebral palsy, and he's living and thriving. And when we talk about that, and he has a podcast called A for Able. Check him out. And that's what he talks about, living with cerebral palsy and people that are living with mental health issues, that are quote unquote able, when we call them handicapped.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's near and dear to my heart because that's my son.
That's her baby.
That's my son. And he is thriving, and he always has been since day one. They give him up. When you think about diagnosis of different things, right? And even with mental health, so on and so forth, that doesn't mean people are, what's the word? It can be crippling. It could be crippling to have a diagnosis, but most people are surviving them. And when we think about that, it's like, how can you help a person to survive it, in different things? With mental health with us, we do breathing. We do the devotional. We check in on each other.
We talk to each other.
We play with each other.
Right.
We hang out. That helps a person that may be dealing with mental health. I've never had to deal with it. I've had depression before and things like that. And I guess that's under
part
it,
of
right?
mental
That's part of mental
yeah.
health. But still, you meet people daily that suffer from so many things that they're on medications for and things like that. And I just want to encourage people to, find that tribe of people that will help lift you up. Definitely. I know it sounds cliche and it sounds like, I'm poo-pooing it, but I'm really not. Because every person that's dealing with any type of mental health issues, there's different levels of, there's different levels of. So I just want to encourage people to go out there and find a tribe that's gonna lift you up, that's going to encourage you all the time, that's going to, be there
honest.
For you.
Be honest with you, though, too. And I think that's one thing that, again, that I'll go back to us, because I can't speak for anybody else's relationships. I think our sisterhood is honest with each other.
Brutally sometimes.
Yeah, you know what? She said it, I didn't. But at the same time, I think that helps us to grow.
Absolutely.
That definitely helps us to grow. And sometimes I may be taken aback. You say something or I say something, but then you got to step back and say, I know she didn't mean it like that. And I know it's coming from a place of love. So when you get to that point, as you grow, as you mature, you understand that. But what she said about finding your tribe, it's not an easy thing to do. It's really not. This has been rooted for years. It's not something that, and I'm not saying you won't find somebody, as you get older, because you will. And there's going to be some you're going to have to pass by, but talk. Yeah. Open up your mouth. My father used to tell me all the time, a closed mouth don't get fed. Right. Because you may say when you see me and you get to know me, oh my gosh, I can't believe she didn't talk. Yeah, I was very quiet growing up. To the point where, that's what he said to me in my teenage years. You're not expressing yourself enough. You're too quiet, And I really didn't understand it when he first said it, but as life evolved, you start having your children, you have to be an advocate, if not just for yourself, for the people that you love. Right. You talked about Kyle in his situation. If not for you having his back and not giving up on him, because that word handicap, people automatically take it as, oh my God, you're not going to be able to do.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to do. And that's not true. And we've come so far from that, and we've seen it. Look at him. Yeah. He's our producer. He's our producer. He's our boss dope. At the end of the day. He's telling dope. Us, look, okay, absolutely. Wait a minute. No. Do this again. Or you. Yeah. So there's no limits.
Right.
No limits.
Right. And yes, we raised him. I didn't raise him by myself. Me and his dad and he got a million grandmothers and aunties, and you're one of his aunties, and you know, and stuff like that. So when we talk about our tribe, there was an analogy. Shout out to Karen Hines. Karen Hines says, you know, if your tribe or if your people on your bus are not helping you, you know, positively, you know, if they're not helping you, if it's always negative, this, that, and other, you need to get off the bus or get a new bus or kick them off the bus. Oh my goodness. When she used that analogy, I was cracking up because it made you think and assess who's on your bus. You know, who's on your bus. Find a new bus.
Find a new bus.
Yeah, if you need to. And it's not about, you know, love lost of the people that are on your bus. It's just that you want to go a different way. You want to go up another level in a positive direction, you know, and you're tired of being stuck in traffic. I call it stuck in traffic. One of my other girlfriends said, I'm tired of being stuck in traffic. I was like, yeah, I like that, right? And stuck in traffic just means you're doing the same thing over and over again. The monotony of life is not empowering for you. You know, you're not doing the things that you want to do. You're not living
being
in your
challenged.
Right. You're not living in your purpose. You know, you're not taking steps to do anything new or just coming out your comfort zone. You know, so Tracy, let me tell you, I'm so
I knew
proud
she was gonna go there. Yeah.
Tracy came out her comfort zone, and she is she's such a leader. She don't think she is, but she is. She is such a leader. I sit and I go, listen, I got her on some things that's like, listen, we're gonna bring Tracy. Don't worry about it. She gonna do it. Don't worry about it, because this is new for Tracy, but Tracy is a force to be reckoned with.
I'm trying.
Let me tell you, she is the T of tea and cornbread, okay?
It's a team effort.
She is the T.
It's a team effort.
She's very, very, very knowledgeable in so many things, and her interests are just so broad, so broad. So yeah, so I appreciate you, my sister.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And you know, we have to really think about, you know, who is on your bus.
Who is on your bus? I like that.
And
I don't want to be stuck in traffic, though.
We were kids.
I don't want to be stuck in traffic. And something Sean said, just because you want to change your bus or put some people off, don't mean that I don't love you. It just means I'm going to love you to the left.
Exactly.
Because I'm about to go to the right.
Exactly.
We don't have the same interests. We're not moving in the same direction.
And that's
it's okay.
And you know, my phrase is, people are in your life for reasons and seasons.
Yes.
You don't know why, and you don't know for how long. But when that season is up, it's no love lost.
No.
You know, when that season is up, it's like, okay, they're going in one direction, you're going in another. It's not that you won't even come back together later in the capacity that you used to be, you know, but still at the same time, it's not a bad thing.
Not at all.
You know, it's not a bad thing. You evolve, and evolve means, you know, grow. You have
Definitely.
to grow.
Sometimes you're going to get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know, and another thing my father used to say growing up, hey, Dad.
Yeah, right.
He used to say,
shout out to Skip.
There's going to be some things in life that you don't want to do, but you have to. Because it was probably something he was telling me to do, you know, in the house. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And he just said, look, there's going to be some things in life that you don't want to do, and you're going to have to do them. And that's the reality of it. And it's okay to be uncomfortable. Something you just said. You got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. When you get too settled in, it's time to move on and grow. It's time to do something different. I used to go and come sit and Sean, complain about a certain issue. You know what she would say? What you gonna do about it?
What you gonna do about it?
Like, what you're not gonna do is come sit in my chair,
right?
Sit next to me and
I'll
keep
let
talking
you get
about
it off your chest.
But what you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
So she would throw it right back at me, and then I'm thinking, she ain't listening to me. I just told her, but I get it. No, you stop and think. What you gonna do? Why you keep complaining about this to me, Tracy, over and over again? Fix it. Move on.
Move on. Or let it go.
Or let it go. Either way. Yeah. If it's not making you happy, you don't have to sit in that.
That's it.
You don't have to sit in that.
That's it. Because you know what? You are responsible for your happiness.
It.
Nobody's responsible for your happiness.
Nobody else. You can't,
and the only person you could change is you.
Say it again, sis.
Only person you could change is you. That's it.
Remember that.
Yes.
Remember that.
One thing I wanted to talk about too is I went to this experience called Renew in Florida. And and when we talk about a tribe and things like that, you know, I've met some new people that has accepted us, in I'll say me, in their tribe, right? And in a way where it's just like it's different people with different perspectives about things, and we're reading the Bible and strengthening our spiritual, that spiritual leg, right? I call it leg. That's that spiritual, your spirit, spiritual part of your life, right? Because we always talk about mind, body, spirit, and that spiritual part of your life. And I'm being challenged. This is a challenge for me, like reading the Bible from cover to cover. I've never done it. For those that have, if you got some pointers or, things like that, just put it in the comments, because people need to do it, I guess, and everybody, whatever it is for you, right?
Right.
But building that consistency of not letting go and letting God, yes, lead us, and letting God cover us like He does already.
He already does.
And,
we just got to pay attention.
And have the faith to know that we already have peace, right? In the different things that may be going on in your life. And I envy people that are like non-wavering. You know what I mean? They don't waver.
They don't.
And you have to build that muscle.
Yeah.
You definitely have to build that muscle. So that's where I am right now, is trying to build that muscle where I am not wavering from
whatever your decision may be, and you feel strong-hearted about it.
Yes, but I mean spiritually, with God, like my relationship with God. I am not wavering. I'm building that relationship with God. You think you have it, because you pray. Right?
You say, read thank your you, affirmations.
Jesus. Yeah, you do all the steps. Right?
Yeah.
But the real step is studying and
how
reading.
is that going? You're talking about studying the Bible, which is not an easy thing to do, and interpretation is not easy. How is that going for you?
I'm gonna be straight honest with
Please
you.
Do.
I am faking it till I make it. And
are you faking it to you? What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is I'm reading it, and if I understand it, that's gravy. But if I don't, I'm gonna just keep reading.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And
that's not faking it to you. Make it. You're trying to understand it, and it may take us a few times to read something to finally click, or maybe you'll read a few more chapters and you'll be like, "Oh, that's what it meant."
Yes,
so
yes, exactly.
Yeah, you're not faking it. You're doing it.
And reading Genesis, I'm reading Genesis, and I'm like, "Whoa, wait, huh?" You know what I mean?
So you thought you knew, but now you're seeing.
No, I never thought I knew.
Oh, okay.
No, okay. Never thought I knew. You go to church and you listen to what they, the scriptures, and a lot of time, you hear the same ones over and over again. But there's so much to the Bible. My Bible has over 1,400 pages. You know what I mean? And
there's no order. It's not like reading a book. I mean, it is a
book,
but you don't
right
read it from.
I was challenged to
front
read
to
it like
back,
a book.
Right? You read it like
Yes, I was challenged to read it like a book.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so that's my challenge right now, on top of everything that I'm doing. But I know I need this. This is the piece that's missing.
Well, the reason I said that too, I thought Cheryl, Big Sis, said at one time you wouldn't read it, from A through Z, that you kind of would be skipping around from different.
And everybody is different.
Yeah.
Because even with her, I asked her too, but she's read it from cover to cover many times. Yeah. You know what I mean? This is why she is who she is.
Very versed in what she tells us.
It's not even so much.
She be on our.
Right. She is.
Sis Cheryl don't play with us.
Stands strong in her belief and her faith in God, period.
She does.
Right?
And we love her for that.
Yes, absolutely. And it gets crazy because you do, for me, I beat myself up a little bit about not knowing certain things when it comes to the Bible. And I'm saying, but okay, He's the all-knowing, I'm not. Right? And so, yes, devotionals and affirmations and things like that gives me, strength and so on. But to read it, and like you said, you'll read something and you go, oh, that's what that meant over there. Right. I'm a real baby right now. Okay. A real baby with reading it. So I just want to share that.
Honest. I mean, you're just being honest. You're not sitting up here saying, oh, I understand it and everything makes sense and we should be doing this and this. Like, you're not coming up here saying that. Now, that would be faking it until you make it.
Well, okay. Thank you. Yeah. I stand corrected.
Please.
I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Yeah.
Well, something, not to take that from you, because that is also, whenever we're talking about God and talking about being obedient, it's always important. But Co-op month it is too. Let's talk about that.
It is National Co-op Month. And so I want to give you all the definition of a co-op before I go into my spiel of, right? So it recognized, showed up. Wait, hold on. I just want to give you all the definition because my definition may not be, hold on.
Well, give us your definition.
I am in 1 second because I wanted to. Okay. A cooperative is an autonomous association of persons united voluntarily to meet their common economic, social, and cultural needs and aspirations through a jointly where is it? Where's the word? I lost it. Where is it? I'm missing it. I'm going to read it again. A co-op is an autonomous association of persons united voluntarily to meet their common economic, social, and cultural needs and aspirations through a jointly owned and democratically controlled enterprise. Okay. Cooperatives are democratically controlled by their members, with each member having one vote in electing the board of directors. They differ from collectives in that they are generally built from the bottom up rather than the top down. Cooperatives may include worker cooperatives, which that's who we are. Worker cooperative businesses owned and managed by the people who work there. Consumer cooperatives, businesses owned and managed by the people who consume goods and or services provided by the cooperative. That's us also. Producer cooperatives, businesses that producers pool their output of their common benefit. Purchasing cooperatives. So there's different ways of different types of cooperatives, but we are the worker and consumer cooperative. And so now, right, I gave y'all the real definition of what a co-op is. And North End Cooperative Market, we are a collective of 7 people right now. And we have
7 females. Yes. Of color.
Yes, 7 females of color. And what?
Very important.
5 of us are from Waterbury. And there are a couple that are, one that's out of New York. She doesn't even live here, but she's part of it, one of the founding members. And one of the other founding members is a implant, I call it transplant rather, from New York to Waterbury, but she's been here about 30 years. But the point is, we are seeing a need, and that need is food insecurity in the North End part of Waterbury. That's why it's called the North End Cooperative Market. And what we are doing is bringing unity in the community with saying, listen, we want this grocery store to be owned by us, all of us, right? Everyone that lives in the community and anybody. You don't have to live here to be a part of it. You don't have to live here to be a part of it. But at the same time, the point of it is to build economic empowerment in the community, offer jobs and things like that. But before we get there, we need member owners. And member owners, like I just said, you get one vote. You get, you're part of bringing this together. We're grassroots. We starting from the bottom to the top, not the top to the bottom. This is not owned by a corporation. We are not.
It's owned by the people.
It's owned by the people. And if you want to be an owner, a share owner, this is where you just reach out to us at North End Cooperative Market, and you can go to our website at northendcoop.com. So this is National Co-op Month. So each week, or you look at our newsletters and stuff like that, we've been around since 2021. We've been doing different events. We're doing farm stands. We're doing a farm stand tomorrow. And that is just introducing people to local, fresh produce and helping people with becoming sustainable when it comes to feeding your family, growing food, working together, building a community. We're doing that too. We're building, we're creating, right, the space to come together to build this together. And once this store is in place, there's so much that has to be done before the store gets to the brick and mortar. But once that store gets to the brick and mortar,
watch out,
you're gonna know, you're gonna be a part of it. Another person's gonna be a part of it. You're gonna say, I own this. I own a piece of this store.
Walk differently and feel differently.
Exactly, as an owner, right? As an owner, everyone, and be a shareholder. You'll have one share. And so if you are interested in being a part of this, we need volunteers all the time, but we need member owners. We need people that are like, listen, we want this to happen. How could I help? Yes. I want to be a part of this, and as a part of it, you are an owner.
Is there a certain number you guys are reaching for, or is sky the limit?
Sky is the actual limit, but to become viable, meaning to show improve to the power, to show improve to when we're applying for grants, or when we're talking to market studies, having market study. We already had a market study, but now we're getting a feasibility study done. And when we're doing that, when we have 500 or more owner members to say, yes, we want to see this. We want this store. So
we believe in you.
Exactly.
Let's make it happen.
We believe in this, not me. We believe in this. You know what I mean? We believe that this is what we want. This is what we need in our community to uplift the community, to just bring about some vibrancy. Just bring about some vibrancy. And the only way to do this is together.
That is.
The only way to do this is together. So if you want to be an owner, you don't have to live in the North End. You just have to be passionate about bringing about change, because yes, there's food pantries and there's, they give away food and things like that, but that is not sustainable. Right. It's great and take advantage of those things, but it's not sustainable. So we want to educate. We will be educating people. Right now we have Seeds Planting Seeds. We're starting with the kids, right? We have a program called important. Seeds Planting Seeds, where they meet every Saturday at Urban Fresh Garden on Hill Street, and they are learning how to grow food.
What time do they meet?
11 to 1, I believe. They're, we'll put the flyer in the thing too.
Okay.
The kids are learning how to grow food. The ages are from 7 to 18. 7 to 18. They are learning how to grow food. We have a farmer that's teaching them. There's Mr. Gregory Knight that is teaching them, how to make the soil right, meaning nurture, because it starts with the soil, making the soil
what
nurturing,
grows, what time of the season.
Yes. And making sure that the soil is primed for growing, right? And then they're going to harvest it. And once they harvest it, they can take it home. They're going to learn how to cook what they are, what they're growing and things like that. So
fulfilling to do that, to be able hands-on.
Absolutely. So, and it's free. Show up with your kid. Yeah. That's it. Come. And we want the parents involved too.
That's what I was going to say. Do the parents stay also, or is it? Okay.
Yeah, the parents are involved too. So come with your children. And if you miss out and you want more, you want to be involved and want to make sure, go on to our website again at northendcoop.com and sign up for the volunteer piece and put the information in of, wanting to learn more information about the Seeds Planting Seeds program. It is run by Alicia Pittman and Catherine Britt, and they are the young girls of the founder members, but they are so great with children. Very
smart, educated,
and the kids are learning so much. And we're going to broaden that, with other types of programs that we're going to be doing. But yeah,
go check out the North End Co-op, people. It's gonna happen, and you're gonna want to be a part of it.
You're gonna want to be a part of it.
And like Sean said, it's not just for the North End; it's for anybody that's interested,
exactly.
Anybody that wants to learn how to eat better. They're gonna have, it's still in the working phases, but hopefully classes on how to.
Oh yeah, no, there's gonna be classes.
How to cook.
Well, we've done cooking classes and partnered with the Naugatuck Valley. We're going to be doing more cooking classes. We're doing the tea party. We had a tea party which was very successful. Herbalist. Yes, we had an herbalist come and talk about the herbs that you can blend together for your teas, and to make your own teas for medicinal reasons. What else do we have? We had our fall harvest. We had a guy that does mushrooms, and he was talking about what, the benefits of mushrooms and eating mushrooms and cooking them. We had a bee farmer, right? And she came and she was talking about the importance of honey. She has a great program for young men learning how to man a farm and grow their own food and also earn a living wage. What else? We had another person. She does. Nicole, right?
Nicole, yep.
Yes, Nicole does. She does microgreens. She teaches kids how to grow microgreens. So these are all things that if anything happens, we
You'll
can
be able
grow
to
some
survive.
food. All we need, all we need is.
But even without anything happening, we should be doing it.
Right.
If I learn nothing else, we should be doing that.
Absolutely.
Getting back to doing that
because what's
naturally.
happening? Because they're killing us slowly. Yeah. Our grocery store food is not good food for us right now. You know what I mean? They're trying to get a little better, or trying to bamboozle us to think they're getting a little better. That's just my opinion. But so that's what this is all about, is building that education piece on how to grow your own food. And you can do it in your apartment. You don't have to have land. Right. You could do it hydroponically. You don't even have to have dirt to grow good food for yourself, and your family. And so this is about families coming together. There is a equitable contribution in order to become a member owner, which is only $200. And that $200 can be broken up into $10 a month or $20 a month. And that is per family. Not everybody in the household has to do that. You know what I mean? Right. It's per family. You just have to live with each other. Just have to have the same address. So that's what it's all about. And come on down. If you want to know more about it, like I said, go to our website again, because this is National Co-op Month, and we're going to be talking about it more often than not, and talking about the different things that are on the horizon. But we'll be doing farm stands all winter. Up to December, I believe. Hopefully we can be outside all year. No, and hopefully we don't.
You don't know yet. Okay.
We didn't solidify it yet.
Okay, no.
But we hope to have the farm stands going all winter, and give having the fruits and vegetables. Not that we don't really have fruits in the winter time around here, but having the fruits and vegetables available all winter, access to it.
This is awesome.
Yes.
North End Co-op is doing big things, and it's going to happen. Like Sean said, they've been in it now, 3-4 years, you said. It's going to take time. Nothing good happens overnight. Listen. And they have been putting in work. The education that they're giving to the youth, to myself and to other people, usually when you guys have your farm stands, you basically sell out at times. Yes. People look forward to it. They're always saying, when's the next one? When's the next one? So come and check them out. They prices. Are doing things. They are doing things. Yes. Like she said, it's 7 of them, 7 female women. And that's, not a plug that there's no men up there, because men, we want all hands on deck. We want all hands on deck that are able to help. But we just want to give kudos to the 7 founders that originally have started this. You said 5 of you originally, right? And then 2.
No. We have 7.
7. Okay.
In their original,
but the other 2 are from out of state.
Okay. I was saying 5 are originally from Waterbury, and we grew up here. But the other thing is too. No, we have over 20. We only have about 20 member owners. We have about 20 member owners, and shout out to all of them. But we need about 500 to 1,000 owners in order for it to show a viability.
Okay.
For it, the mayor is involved. The mayor is backing us. He is excited about what we're doing. There's so many different people in the background that you guys don't see that believe in what we're doing, and so I'm excited, and thank you for all that have supported us. If you want more information, go to northendcoop.com.
Yes.
All right. So, what else? What we wrapping it up?
We wrapping it up. I think we covered a lot of stuff. We went from one end to the next.
Yes.
I think we did.
Check out our last few episodes.
Yes,
our last
few
episodes were powerful.
Yeah.
They were really powerful.
They really were.
Yeah. So check them out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Check us out.
Yeah. All right.
All righty. Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
Have a good day.
Subscribe. And
share and like.
And like. All right.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.